Thank you again for purchasing the Richardson safety trolley, the safest zipline trolley out there. Once again, this is a test trolley. It's got 11 pin placements, 4 sides for the brake material, quality wheel, quality construction, designed by an expert witness. I started expert witness, my first call was in 2009 at the death at Heavenly Resort. Second one, person tracked me down. His wife had been injured at another ski resort, but that's enough of the ski resort things. We'll be out here all day. So the mandates, back to these first mandates. We have to have a temperature gauge somewhere at the beginning and the end. These are very inexpensive compared to a lawsuit. What they're going to do is they're going to help you determine what pin placement you're going to be in. And the reason why they determine that is because your cable grows. If you remember my other, this a 1/2 inch cable, 1,000 feet long, grows 2 inches with every 20-degree temperature change. That means if it gets colder, it's going to shrink. The only thing that doesn't shrink, since I'm a physicist, is water. Water gets colder, it expands. It's a very peculiar thing. So, once again, the Richardson safety trolley, you've sent your guides out, you purchased a smartwatch. These smartwatches are getting so smart that they can tell you the temperature. I still recommend having one of these. You need to have a backup. This is based on a spring. I mean, it's very accurate for its size and the cost, because the spring expands with temperature. That's what changes. Your cable expands with temperature. That's what changes. You always wonder why, you know, these big, heavier guys, kind of like the one you're seeing here, come in faster. It's because when they get to the bottom, everybody goes to the bottom at the same speed, gravity, it's coming out. The heavier guys are going to make it. That's why you're always rescuing the light people. That's why you can't send 30-pound riders anymore. Well, this trolley, you can send any weight rider. Granted, if you start going up, we're going to have to beef it up. This is a 250-pound trolley. We make other ones, special orders. Once you figure out what pin placements you need, we send you out a trolley that has only those pin placements. Similar to this one that we have from 2019-20, the client called, I need pin placement 7, 6, 5. That's what we sent them. Sent them a trolley that has pin placements 5, 6, and 7. That's all they needed. All of our trolleys are made with a single bearing style wheel. This is a bearing rather than a pressed in bearing or it's actually a bearing itself. Very high quality. Get them from Robertson Harness. They've been around for 20 plus years, kind of like me. Another thing is we're going to continue to talk about training, and you're going to want to document your training. This is a lot easier to document your training with something like this, and you're going over a manual. Granted, if I was to come out and do your training for you, we would have a lot of interactive things going on. We would study the standards at least 4 hours. We'd make sure that your staff knew what the standards were, how to find them, and how to adhere to them. Because training is the #1 factor in accidents, according to one insurer of the 2. So the thing I did with this, I'm a technical writer, so I've seen manuals up to 127 pages. Boring, boring. This is an interactive manual. It's in its preliminary stage right now. I'm going to have QR codes with these videos throughout. You can see there's hyperlinks with the sign section. You're going to be able to find cheap signs that you can hang up or inexpensive signs. My wife said I do too much cheap, but inexpensive signs. Get you a GPS watch. I would say get you 2 of them. Zip lines are lucrative if you know how to keep them safe. Park City Mountain Resort, built in 2002, $600,000+, paid for itself in 6 months. You build a zip line, put it in a good location. You should be able to make enough money to pay for good training. Send your guides every year to the conference. you know, your guys that stay with you pay their way to fly out to Portland or Cleveland or, you know, Raleigh, Denver, wherever you're at. You know, sometimes they get closer. It seems like they go from one side to the other for the ACCT. ASTM, not quite sure. PRTA seems to stay in Florida. But if you tell your guides, you know, no accidents for the whole year, I'm going to fly you out for 3 days, 4 days to do all the training at the ACCT, and I'm going to pay your whole way. ZipSafe.org is where you buy my products. I have telescoping springs, and I've been building the safest zip lines in the world for over 22 years. Thank you for your time.